Migration is an integral part of humanity, yet it remains an area fraught with injustices.
We live at a time where there are 100 million displaced people in our world. And so while lots of people don't want to talk about migration or want to ignore it or resist it, the reality is it is here and it is here to stay.
Of all of the topics, I think the most painful has been the human trafficking. It's not a topic that I even, in the context of this conversation, can bring up easily without becoming emotional.
Faith goes much further than a border. Faith is a global thing, and it has a global mission, which is to make a better world.
For many of our faith communities, a fundamental tenet of what it means to be a person of faith is to welcome, particularly to welcome the stranger, to welcome the vulnerable, to welcome the widow or the orphan. And so our faith communities have long existed around the world as communities of welcome.
One of the reasons why faith is particularly in a position to respond to this is faith groups represent the world and are in some of the most impoverished parts of the world, some of the most challenging parts of the world. So they are in direct contact with people, the people who will be trafficked.
And we all can recognize, regardless of context or country or color, who the vulnerable are among us. I've seen them. You've seen them. We're called to reach out to them.
The vast majority is being done by the faith community. And a lot of it is being done in isolation without support of governments. Trafficking across the globe is currently less than $1 billion from all countries together. If that is generating $236 billion in crime, it's an unfair fight.
I've been deeply moved by the work that our Catholic sisters are doing at the front lines to save particularly children and young women in a hands-on kind of a way, and also to hold them up as an example for the rest of us so that we can learn from that.
Firstly, make sure their communities are aware of this issue. Secondly, start to use the pulpit, start to use the church or the synagogue or the temple, wherever your faith is expressed. Start to use that as a place where you start talking about it. Start becoming a place of welcome so that trafficked victims can come forward and then know who you can contact and give safety to them.
This conference must call for the protection of people more than the protection of borders.
One of the things that faith communities can do is they can particularly help politicians and governments to create the kind of political support and the political will to do that. For politicians to make decisions, they need political support.
We come here knowing that the world is unequal, that there is injustice. We also come here from very different backgrounds and traditions, but it's only through work together, it's only through the solidarity of joint action that we can address the types of problems that the world's face.